Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're talking about Bitcoin completing this huge breakout with a massive daily pump here, and Ethereum looks like it's getting ready to break out. We have two buy signals. So Camel Finance indicator saying we got a daily low in this area, and we just got a confirmed buy signal on the daily for Ethereum. So I think we're going to get some big old pumps on that one. So let's go. All right, very first thing we'll talk about Bitcoin because this one leads the pack, of course. On the daily, even on the market cipher B indicator, which I do have an affiliate link below if you want to try it, but we had this big pullback with a green dot. That's a buy signal. And then we had a little resetting here. And we have a smaller pullback with another green dot on the daily. You can see that was about 2-3 days ago. And we have completed the beginning of this. I don't think it's over. And I think this is going to continue here. So we will, I believe, be making a new all-time high fairly quickly. We've had some big moves on here, some very big 4-hour candles, as you can see right here. We basically popped out of this channel. We tried to retest it, and we had so much buying pressure that we weren't even able to fully retest the channel. Now we are blasting off. Could we come back down and retest it? We could, but there does seem to be a lot of momentum right now. And even the volume is, 3 days above the moving average for volume. And if you look at also basically the long short ratio here, we have finally flipped to longs. So a lot of people are starting to take some longs here, and I think this momentum will continue. So looking really good there on Bitcoin. Now, if we move over to Ethereum, you can see kind of a very similar thing. However, on the daily, we just printed the buy signal. So we had this big pullback in the market cipher B. We had a full reset on Ethereum, and we've been kind of just trading sideways here. We retested this 0.382 fib, and then we basically just blasted off from there. And now we have a daily buy signal again here. You can see a lot of people were short, and then now people are starting to flip long here. The volume is a little bit low, but we have confirmation with the Camel Finance indicator here, this green bar showing that we should have a daily low somewhere in this area. So I'm expecting a big pump out of here. And then we have a weekly low sometime in mid-July. So maybe we get a pump out of here. Let me get my little marker here. Maybe we see something like a pump out of here, maybe a retest here, maybe something come back down here, and then a final big pump. And I think we might get into cycle highs fairly quickly. So I was buying a lot of ETH down here. I purchased a lot right around 1400, and kind of the whole way down here, I've been purchasing a lot of Ethereum. Usually when you have something like an altcoin season happening, it starts with money rolling from Bitcoin into Ethereum, and then Ethereum into other alts. So that's kind of what I'm expecting to happen here. And we are definitely breaking out of this. I think this is going to go through and break this 0.5 fib level. I think we're going to come up and retest like $3,000, which would be pretty good because we haven't seen anything like that since last year, December. There still is a lot of people that were short around here. And you can see now they're just starting to flip long. This kind of happened back in here as well. And you can see people started going long, and then boom, the price rocketed pretty quickly. So I think this is a very good buy signal. I do have a leverage trade open as well. I have one on Mavia that I was talking about a couple of days ago. I have a big Bitcoin position, almost one Bitcoin leverage position. So if you do want to try Bitunix, it's an amazing exchange. I got affiliate link below. So I have a GOAT trade, a Doge trade, an ETH trade is now positive. So that's great. I might add a little bit to this position, honestly, because that we just had that daily signal there. I think I'm just going to add a little bit to this position here while I'm in here. We're going to add, I don't know, like 5K, which is actually $15,000. We're going to add a little bit of that. We're going to continue to pump up here in ETH. We have a little tiny baby infant pullback here on the 15-minute, but I think this momentum is going to start because now that we have this daily signal here, this buy signal, I'm going to add to this. So go ahead, feel free to use that affiliate link if you want to try out leverage trading. It's an amazing exchange. You can also just buy spot on Bitunix if you want to buy anything on Bitunix. So I think we're going to break through this finally. We've been kind of just being rejected here. So we've had, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this next one comes through here. So we'll see what happens here. If we can continue to get some higher volume into here, as this comes up, I think we'll see a little bit more volume pick up. And what else do we got going on? Sui has had it had a pullback here, and just a couple days ago, we had the daily cycle low on the Camel Finance indicator, along with a buy signal on market cipher B, and we saw a nice pump out of there of 16%. I think this one will continue to run. SUI now is finally breaking out of this channel here. So also Camel Finance indicator saying we have a cycle low here. We're breaking through this big red bar that we have been kind of trapped under for a while. I have a huge Solana position. I actually closed my leveraged Solana position, which was stupid because I had it open at about 150. So it would be up like, I don't know, 10% right now. So unfortunate there, or whatever that is. I guess only 5%. But so Solana, I think that one's going to see a nice big markup. If we get Ethereum running a lot, I think ENS is another one that's going to run a lot. And then down for some of the trades I have open already, Litecoin is fighting for its life to get back above this resistance. It is now back in the bull flag though. We were kind of printing this bull flag on the daily. We had the daily cycle low printed here, and we also had a buy signal on Market Cipher B as well. You can see a lot of people are still shorting Litecoin. So I think either when these start getting liquidated or we get any sort of buys coming in here to liquidate these, I think these are going to flip long, and I think that's going to pump the price pretty heavily. You can see we've just had a lot of short interest on Litecoin, a lot of it, and you know the market cap's a little low on Litecoin, so you know short trades can really damage the price of it, right, fairly easily. So we have been seeing that, but I think what we're going to do here is I think we're going to reclaim this level, and I don't think there's much resistance. You know, there's a couple fib levels up here, but I think and this moving average actually right here, this yellow moving average is another thing. So I think we're going to come up and maybe get rejected here, or just at least slowed down by the top of this bull channel. But I am expecting a big pump out of here for Litecoin. We might have to wait till the end of the summer, especially if we start getting ETFs announced. You know, for Ethereum, we got an ETF and then the price went down a lot. However, Litecoin's a little bit different than Ethereum. It has, you know, a very small fixed amount of coins. Ethereum, you know, they can kind of just print as many as they want, the Ethereum Foundation. So I don't even know how many Ethereum are there. So let's pull up just CoinMarketCap real quick. And how many Ethereum are there total? We go here. I don't know that this is even accurate, but it says total supply 120 million. So we only have 86 million Litecoin, and obviously it's a lot smaller market cap. So it's a little bit easier. A lower amount of money on Ethereum will push the price up a lot higher. So it says circulating supply here, and it says, you know, they verified it, and it says, oh yeah, here it is, max supply infinite, right? The best approximation of maximum amount of coins that will exist in the forthcoming lifespan. Yeah, infinite. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So, right, there's no fixed supply like there is with Litecoin and Bitcoin. There's actually not too many coins that have a fixed supply. A lot of them are just legit infinite. So where is Litecoin now on the charts? 21. So we pulled out of the top 20 now. We're 21, but you can see here 84 million. And guess what? The total supply 84, max supply 84, and circulating supply is 76. So it's on a very similar schedule to Bitcoin. It has the halvings, and there's a miner supply, and there's a bunch of coins on that same miner, you know, Dogecoin and Bell's coin and etc. So there's other coins that are basically group mined with it. So it'll be really interesting. I'm still super bullish. I'm going to hold that leverage position for quite some time because I think Litecoin is going to do extremely well. I think it's going to go much higher. So, and this is kind of my watch list. I had a Tau trade that I unfortunately closed. ETC is another one. This is Ethereum Classic. It's kind of an interesting one that I have been trading a little bit. I really liked this $17 range for purchasing, because if you like kind of look back, you can see anytime we got into this area, oh, this was actually a double bottom from all the way back in 2022 bear market. It is a triple bottom. Interesting. So this was actually a triple bottom on ETC down here at like $12. I mean, that would have been a really good trade, about 60%. So I think this one's going to continue moving up. It's kind of a weird one with low volume. You know, it's the old Ethereum Classic. I actually had a bunch of this because I owned Ethereum back in the day. And this was the old Ethereum. And then, you know, it went to the new Ethereum, blah, blah, blah. And the rest is history. So that's kind of interesting. I had a fart coin trade that I closed out yesterday after some big pumps. I'm kind of disappointed I did. I closed at about $1.07. So I should have held that one a little bit longer. It's up another 10% since then. Virtuals was one I've been watching as well. The problem with this one is it kind of fell out of this channel. I think maybe it already completed its downside though. Oh, actually today was another buy signal on virtuals. Interesting. There's another buy signal today, and that's kind of already playing out, it looks like. Yeah, from the bottom here. And on the 4-hour, we have a bullish dot. Interesting. That might be another one to open a trade if you guys are looking to do any other trading. Pengu is one that I'm into. Oh, it's got a, look at all the shorting on Pengu. Holy crap, people are shorting the shit out of it. Interesting. It seems like they're always shorting the shit out of it. And then look at, they long the exact top and they short the rest of it. That's hilarious. This one has a green dot as well, a green buy signal. So this is usually, you know, I don't know what these actually trigger on for this green dot, but you don't get them very often, even on the 4-hour. You can see we had one here. It doesn't always work out though from, oh yeah, here's some good ones. So these are some green dots saying, you know, bullish momentum. And then boom, we had a big price move here. Becker shills this one a lot. So Alex Becker, and the money flow is coming back up and positive. So this might be an interesting one to open a trade. I might open a trade here on Pengu, actually, if I get any sort of little pullback here. Looks like it's trying to pull back right now on the 24-minute. If this comes back a little bit, I might enter a trade here. I'm not, look at how many people are shorting it. Holy crap. I like this little, I added this new indicator on TradingView. What is this even called here? It's like aggregated funding rate. Yeah, this one by this gentleman. So this one's interesting. I don't know. It says aggregated, so I assume that means a lot of exchanges, but I'm not quite sure where all this data comes from. But it's kind of just interesting to just see who's shorting stuff, who's longing shit stuff, whatever. SPX has been having a real good run for a while now. So SPX has been just ripping. It's almost at all-time highs. So that's pretty insane. The all-time high is 1.8. I think I have a lot of spot SPX 6900. You can get this on Bitunix for a while now. I actually bought a lot of it, I think back here, about $1, and then I just been buying this whole cycle, and then I was down like a crazy amount because I bought in at $1, and then it went all the way down about 75%. But look at it, it's already back up and positive again for me. So this one has been a very strong meme coin. You can still see people are shorting the crap out of it, but it seems like people are just buying spot and then shorting it on perps. Is what it seems to. And the volume is starting to creep up on this one as well. So I don't know. Interesting. I think we're definitely broken out, and I think we're going to go to, my target now is up in the 150s for this first move. And then, as I've said before, I still think we're going to something like, what happened here? What happened here? Am I off of log? Yeah, here we go. So if I go back to log scale, you can see I'm still thinking we're going up here to somewhere to the 200s. I've seen some new interesting TA of people saying we're going to 330, which would be quite insane. So I don't know if people continue to update, like adopt all of these different Bitcoin treasury companies and holding it on the balance sheet and all of this stuff, I think we could easily see some very large numbers. Another thing is Bitcoin dominance. It is now kind of broken out of here and is moving up again. I was saying earlier my target is about 66%. Could stop about 65.9 up in here, but this might continue through the summer. And usually when we start seeing altcoin season is once Bitcoin starts slowing down. So if we get a big move from Bitcoin, I mean, look at this weekly candle here too. Weekly, oh, it's a cycle low on a weekly, interesting. So if we, I mean, look at this weekly candle that we just printed here, which is pretty insane. Look at that weekly candle. So a huge drop, and then it all got bought up. I think we're easily going to break this. I mean, the last time we had it, we had a big pull up. Let's see, when have we had another one of these candles? Here's another really big one that we had right here. We did have a pullback after that. So I don't know. That's a huge weekly candle there. And now we have this weekly cycle from the Camel Finance indicator. People are finally long on the weekly here. This is going to be really interesting to see. I think this is going to continue to rip. We have a gold diamond here saying this is bullish continuation is what that is. So I think this is going to continue for a bit. I think we're going to continue pumping. And basically what I'm looking for altcoins to start pumping is something like us having this come up here, go really high, maybe even to like 150K-ish. So up in here, you know, obviously it's probably not going to be straight up. So let me draw something more realistic here. But I'm thinking we see something come up like this, come up to 150, and then maybe try to start leveling out a little bit, and then maybe come back down for this weekly cycle low over here. And I think once we get into this area, when we start just kind of trading sideways for a while, I think we'll see the altcoins start to run. Altcoins will definitely still be going up as this goes up, but sometimes these pullbacks are like more damaging, right, than the pumps, right? So, you know, Bitcoin goes up 10%, alts go up 20%, but then when Bitcoin goes down 5%, you know, alts sometimes go down freaking 40%, you know what I mean? So I think we'll see altcoin season at maybe the end of this year, or maybe it could even be into something like January, February-ish of the next year. So we'll kind of see what happens here. You know, here's October, November. So we could see a low, and then you can see Camel Finance Indicator saying we'll see a cycle low all the way in like the end of 2026, which kind of correlates with what we got here. I'm thinking October 2026, we see kind of a cycle low if we continue to do the same 4-year cycles that we've been repeating for a very long time. We could see something like that. So I don't know. Altcoin season, maybe end of this year is when we truly see a couple months of massive ups for altcoins, but we'll see. Could happen a little bit sooner, especially if we start getting quantitative easing from the Fed. It looks like we're not getting a rate cut. We have a literally 99% chance of a rate cut. Let's see how MSTR is doing today. MicroStrategy had a nice big candle today. That's good to see. We just got the MSTY dividend. I just got mine this morning. It was paid out Friday. I received it this morning, and this might go up a little bit more. And Bitcoin mining companies are kind of making some moves as well. So, all right, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, that's what we got going on. I am very hopeful. I think this move will continue. Look at how beautiful my yellow scribbles are. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day, everyone. Hope you guys have a good week. And that's going to be pretty much it. Again, use the affiliate links below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Oh, God. Yeah, leave a comment. What do you guys think? What are you guys holding? And how bullish are you? Are you ready for a new all-time high? I think we might see it this week. So that's it. Have a great day. See you guys.